It is Wednesday, May 11th, 2022. This is another edition of Baseball Today. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, and I'm telling you, the Angels, they probably had the craziest non-competitive game in the history of baseball last night. We are about to break it all down. All this on the day that we are going down to Anaheim to see Shohei pitch, to see Mike Trout, to see a left-handed hitting Anthony Rendon, and to go shake the hand of the latest no-hit artist, Reed Detmers. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Not only are, we going to watch Shohei pitch, they're going for the sweep today against the Rays. I tweeted out last night that the Angels fans have the right now, or I'm giving them permission to be cocky.
Whoa.
You win a game like that, they raised the Rays right there. They are raising the Rays right now. And you know what? If you do that, that's when you start to get permission. They pitched well. Their lineup is crazy scary right now. I'm excited to go down there, man. I want to feel some of this vibe, this energy, because even the fans at the stadium last night were putting off some electricity. I need that in my life.
Okay, so let's go through it last night because it was a crazy evening, right? It started with Shohei, like it was the time where the little leaguer won MVP, the home run derby, the best pitcher in the league. Like they laid out the entire table full of awards with the pregame. Then Mike Trout hits 2 homers. Then Shohei almost takes Brett Phillips deep on the next pitch or next at bat. Then Anthony Rendon switches over to hit left-handed and goes deep over the wall in right center field. Oh, and by the way, Reed Detmers becomes the 25th rookie to throw a no-hitter and throws the Halos' 12th career no-hitter in his 11th career start. Was that the most impressive part of the night, or was it something different that caught your attention?
I mean, this is crazy because, if you paid for a ticket last night and you went, you got about a year's worth of activities in one game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, there was Rendon hitting a homer lefty is nuts, but sorry, I'm still the king of hitting against position players. I don't care.
I don't know, man.
He did not take that away from me. 2 for 2 with 2 homers. Sorry about it. It's not ever going to get beat. Okay.
He flipped around and went left-handed.
Just stop, Chris. It's my crown. It's my crown. Okay. Trout doing his thing. Detmers throwing the no-no is amazing. But honestly, I think it was the Shohei that was the most amazing part. I was watching the game and they had his pregame ceremony on. It took 10 minutes for them to list all of the awards, all the leaderboards he was on. Like, we'll never see a season like that again, unless he does it again. But every single award you could win, he won. They had them all out on the table, and it was like, I don't know, man. I know we talk about Shohei a lot, and I know it's Reed Detmers' day today, but I just can't get over how good of a season Shohei put up. He was first team all MLB as a hitter, as the DH, and second team as a starting pitcher. Like, let that sink in a little bit. This is the same guy. So I love you, Reed. I love you, Michael. I love you, Anthony. But it was still Shohei's night, even after all of that. I know he's not going to say that, but to me it was.
Well, so Reed Detmers, I had to go back and look. So it was his 11th career start and just his 3rd career win. I was like, man, have we ever seen a rookie do it like this early in his stint? And then I was reminded about Wilson Alvarez in his 2nd career start. And I think he did it on national TV. It might have been like a Saturday game of the week or something for the Chicago White Sox. 2nd career start throwing a no-hitter. I know Clay Buchholz threw one in one of his first 5 starts against the Baltimore Orioles. But, I mean, this was a really impressive one, right? 1 walk, 1 legitimate error. And other than that, there weren't like a ton of amazing plays. I felt good for the kid. It was great. What have we talked about for years? This franchise needs more pitching. If they're going to get a guy he's not going to shove like that every time. I get it, but at least give them a solid start every 5 days. When he was an unknown quantity coming into the season, that's what's exciting. I thought it was really cool. Listen, he's a quiet, soft-spoken 22-year-old who had less than 65 minor league innings. I thought it was neat. I loved watching the team huddle around him when he was doing his interview. The crowd, I thought, was, as you said, electric. It was just a cool night.
Cool. Yeah, it was an amazing night. And, he's only thrown 88 pitches. That was his high going into last night's game. He ended up with 108 last night. So you got to give a little bit of credit to Madden or whoever was talking to Madden saying, leave this dude in there. He's shown some flashes as a young ball player, but hasn't really had, a ton of success at the big league level. And now he's put everyone on notice. So, we knew he was going to be a good pitcher. He's young. He's going to establish himself. But to come do this and show no hit stuff when really he doesn't have like plus stuff, but he had soft contact all night, kept people off balance. And I think to me, that's almost like more impressive.
All right. In the meantime, across the country, a couple hours earlier, we had different kind of fireworks to end a game in the Bronx. Yanks and Jays continue what I think will be a real interesting season series for many, many reasons. And it culminated with Aaron Judge's first career walk-off homer, which was shocking to me when I heard Michael Kay say it right before he ended up doing it, delivering a 3-run shot off of Jordan Romano. Does it feel like an extra special year for Aaron Judge in his walk season?
And we got our guy Dan here. He can really hammer this home. There's a little bit of extra like machismo coming from the guy. He had to bet on himself, turning down however much money he turned down, $200 and some million. Not easy to do. But, he knows that if he goes out there and plays a healthy season, like he'll surpass that. But there is a little bit something different there. I think he's like looking forward to going and testing the waters. I really do.
I agree with you.
I believe he wants to be in New York. I think that would be his first choice. I would
agree with you there too.
But he wants the people to take him out to dinner. And guess what? They're going to take him out to a real nice dinner because, yes, he is going off this year. 982 OPS, 188 OPS plus, the walk-off banger. Too many sliders from Romano there. He hung that one. And he went up into big boy land. They call that Plouffe's deck right there. He went right into Plouffe's deck. And boy, that was smashed. And like he hit it right away and knew it. Like what a freaking moment. 2 strikes. Incredible.
Yeah. I agree with everything you've said about his journey. It's funny because I put out the tweet right after he hit the homer that Aaron Judge continues to scoff at the Yankees' most recent offer. And all these Yankees fans, it was very split. It was either shut the fuck up, why are you raining on our nice parade tonight? Or, laugh my ass off. He's never leaving town, which is possible. But you know what he's not going to do? He's not going to sign 8 for 1 for 230, which is what they wanted to do, right? They wanted to tack on his 17 or 21 million that he was going to make this year in arbitration, which I don't even know if they ended up settling or not. I've forgotten. I don't believe they did. Producer Dan is saying no.
So they have a case going on still right now. They're going to have
there's still cases that are going on. It's that weird. It was that weird in off season. But the point is that I watch it as a business person. Every time he swings lumber like that, I hear ka-ching going off. Maybe that's wrong of me. Maybe it's because I don't care about the Yankees. I'm just like I don't care about most teams. I care about my team, right? The Cleveland Guardians. And that's the only one I root for. So what I'm saying is that I don't have a rooting interest in Aaron Judge other than I like to watch him play baseball. I would like to see him get to free agency because I like to see guys bet on themselves, put their talents out there, and see which franchises really want to dip their toe in the free agent pool. And I think he's a fascinating case study.
Yeah, for a guy like him, he's 30. So, I think teams are going to have to look at that, but there's no signs of him slowing down at all. I've been on record as saying I think players are going to age better in today's game. I don't know. He already had 10 homers too. This guy is going nuts, huh? Yep.
Major league.
Good for you, Judge. I agree with you. When you bet on yourself and you come out like this, stay healthy, stay on the field. And the Yankees have something really special going this year.
Yep,
the starting pitching has been incredible. Timely hits. I don't know, man. It does seem like Judge got that little FU, like, he hit the gritty. I know that's a team thing, but like,
by the way, hey, that was the worst gritty I've seen.
It wasn't great.
I love it.
Wasn't great. He's big.
Doesn't matter, man. That was not a good gritty. It wasn't a good gritty.
Dan, jump on here because I want to hear you. like I feel like Judge isn't that emotional, but I feel like it's been a little bit more this year. Is that right, or am I wrong on that?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, his thing ever since he came up was that like he really didn't pimp home runs or celebrate it too much. I think that kind of goes along with like the gritty thing. I'm not sure how comfortable he is like doing that sort of thing because he wasn't going to do it until Glaber kind of like motioned towards him to do it. But yeah, I think he definitely shown a lot more emotion. It's probably just frustration with like not winning. I think like kind of with the whole vibe this year's been with the Yankees, it's been like put up or shut up in a way.
Well, let's be honest here, Dan. They've won plenty. They just haven't won the right stuff. They've been they've been in it every year. They've gone to the ALCS a few times with him there. We'll see. I mean, listen, they're going to be right in it. They're a damn good baseball team. I think the Jays they're leaking oil a little bit. They've kind of hit a slide. And I know how much Dan likes them. I've been watching your Twitter feed. You, young man, you and I have to talk about that after.
Yeah, wow. You don't want the whole freaking country of Canada attacking you, Dan. I mean, just relax a little bit.
Yeah, just chill out. You're fine. Just go drink your water, stay on your gluten-free diet, and enjoy watching your Yankees match and pitch. Hey, you know what time of year it is? Time to clean yourself up. I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about south of the equator, people. And the good folks from Manscaped are there to lend a helping hand and a buzz. So I need you to follow these steps, and you will take care of yourself and have your boys feeling as good as they can. First of all, grab your handy-dandy lawnmower 4.0. Give your boys the classic trim to your liking. Get all those loose hairs out of the way. Step 2, use the crop exfoliator. It's infused with ingredients that can soothe and clear and keep the skin on and around your groin feel totally refreshed. Step 3, the crop gel. See where you're shaving with a unique clear shaving gel just for the groin. It's got 4 essential oils in it. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of them. And then step 4, it's time to shave. The crop shaver, it was designed for shaving the groin area with confidence. It's got 3 precision blades with the extra wide lubricating strips and a pivoting head for the ultimate groin grooming experience. So can you follow directions? Yes, you can. Can you feel great about your groin? Yes, you can. Can you make that someone special in your life feel great about your groin as well? Yes, you can. So head on over to manscaped.com. You're going to get 20% off and free shipping with the code word baseball today. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code word baseball today. Head on over to manscaped.com. I promise you won't regret it. Let's move on. We almost had to lead the show with Justin Verlander's 4th career no-hitter. 5 outs shy as he stuck it to the Minnesota Twins before an 8th inning single last night. How bummed were you that he didn't get that?
I'm not that bummed. It was against my Twins. You know, he was pitching really well. In that 8th inning, I saw him strike the first batter out on some nasty curveballs.
Yeah, Blanco.
Missed a few spots with it, and then came back with it, and it was nasty. And then first pitch fastball to Rochella and just poked it out to right field. Don't know if that was the right pitch, but he's got enough of those no-hitters. I don't think he cares, but I don't care that much. How about that? You asked me a question, I answered it. I'm happy for him that he's pitching well. I mean, he is actually lights out right now. 155 through his first, 6 starts?
Mm-hmm.
Houston Astros fans are very happy with Justin Verlander right now, even though he gave up the hit. But I'll say this right now, probably not the last time he's going to flirt with a no-no this year. He just looks that good.
I agree with you. I will say this. Verlander's really interesting. Okay. He is fascinating because he has been so good for so long. He had very little dip in his performance. I like to see history made. I love seeing baseball history. And to see him on the same plateau as Sandy Koufax and to have only one guy ahead of him in Nolan Ryan would have been amazing. Really, just think about that. When you're talking about 2 of the legends that are in Cooperstown, right? I mean, you're talking about statue type guys. I think that sort of shit is so fun to watch. To me, also, did you know, like, he's not striking out guys.
Mm-mm.
You know, he doesn't have those big gaudy numbers, but he does lead the league in whip. Do you know who's second?
Joe
Clayton
Ryan,
Kershaw.
Clayton Kershaw. Oh, a couple old heads.
Yeah, the old heads. So kind of cool that, when all we're talking about is max velocity and you have to throw 99 and all that sort of stuff. I mean, Verlander still pumps it pretty good for a guy who's almost 40. But I just think it's cool that guys are winning maybe a little bit differently than they used to and are still at the top of their games. And I think if you put it all together, it's pretty neat. So
Yeah, I mean,
understand.
I love to see this guy pitch, and ever since he came up, I mean, he was can't miss. He's been can't miss. Like he's been one of those guys who just came up and you knew he was better than every single other person out there. He was one of the first guys that could control that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. We saw some guys come up there and throw it, but then Verlander's there. And what I loved about, I didn't love this, but I respected this. I was on the opposing team a lot to see this. He'd come out and start throwing like 93 miles an hour, 94 miles an hour. And you're like, okay, he doesn't have it today. Then by the 6th, 7th inning, he's blowing 98. And you're like, dude, is this just that easy for you? Like, you really got to do this to us right now? So I respect the hell out of him. I think he is a statue guy. He's a Cooperstown guy, no doubt about it. But, last night, my Twinkies, I was okay with Urshela poking that one out to right.
One last comment on it. I believe he will be in the booth for a major network when he's done. The minute he's done.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think.
Why do you say that? I think I've heard that he wants that, but why do you think he'll do it? Just because?
Yeah, I think for years he's been setting up for this.
Well, dude, he doesn't have to wait. Look what Tom Brady did.
I'm with you.
I'd implore anybody that has like that around them. Like if I'm Verlander and people are like, oh yeah, you're going to be in the booth for sure. Like, okay, well, let's do it right now.
I know, but I sit here and wonder, and it's a bigger discussion, I think, with guys, particularly when, Tom Brady's got goo gobs of money. Same with Justin Verlander, goo gobs of money. They both have ultra successful spouses, right? Well, that's what it's true. It's true. Go check it.
What's that word?
It says goo gobs is the column, goo gobs. And so they've got a lot of that, regardless of what you want to call it. Like, why do you want to keep working every weekend? I don't get it.
Some guys are just like that, man.
I guess.
And who knows if Tom Brady's even going to be good? What if he stinks?
Then Fox is out 375. Let's move on to something I love talking about. Woo! Almost puked writing this question. We had more umpiring issues last night. In the Bronx, you had Yimi Garcia get tossed after the umpires got together, after he hit Donaldson, after he gave up the home run to Stanton. He and the pitching coach, Pete Walker, were tossed. And then when Loizico came up and in on a Jays player, Loizico didn't get tossed, and Charlie Montoya bitched and moaned about that, so he got tossed. And then out west, for people that didn't see the play, go look it up, please. The Phillies got boned out in Seattle on this one. I don't know what happened on the play at first base where Adam Frazier ran into, I believe it was Rhys Hoskins at first, and knocked the ball out after Hoskins had full control on the play at first. Regardless, bigger picture here, is umpiring just having a slump? Like some players have a slump during a season, or is there more of like an epidemic with the ump show going on?
I think a little bit of both. With social media now, we just have these bots that are grading guys, and they put out their scorecard after every single game. And we're really highlighting those accounts that are specifically made to show umpire error. So we're really hyper focused on it right now. This has been going on for a while. I tell people this all the time. Even umpires don't get better. Like, you complain about them at the high school level, you complain about the college level, you complain about them in the minor leagues, you complain about them at the big leagues. It's just how it is. It's a hard job. Mm-hmm. These guys aren't going to be perfect 100%. The Rhys Hoskins play was interesting because, hindsight, you look at the play in slow-mo and you see Rhys, kind of go up the line, catch it on a hop, and then get the ball hit out of his glove, and the umpire calls it in real time. Safe, can't review it. But, what's Adam Frazier supposed to do? I'm kind of on the fence on this one because Rhys does get in the line. He's all up in the line where the runner's running. So Adam Frazier kind of juts to the inside part of him and then runs into him. I don't know if I have a problem with Frazier doing that. I guess the only thing the Phillies fans can say is, well, Rhys had the ball for long enough that even if he did get the ball knocked out of his glove, he should still be out.
Well, but why is this play not reviewable? Like, I do think
they try to hold power still. They want the judgment calls not reviewable.
That doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. The whole idea is to get stuff right. Okay. Yes. We make mistakes on this show. We make factual errors. It happens. And you know what? When we make them, you own up to them. It's okay. Like, we're human beings. The umpires are actually really good at their jobs. It's just right now, I feel like the league is doing them a disservice by not commenting on the Dan Bellino situation that we had. I think the umpires union is doing a disservice to their own constituents by trying to hide, because when you hide behind something, it makes it feel like you don't want to address something, and it makes it feel like you were wrong and you don't ever want to apologize for something. Like, it is okay to be wrong. It's okay to say I screwed up. Last night there were 4 umpires between those games that made mistakes, in my opinion. Okay. It was Lance Barrett and Alfonso Marquez in New York. It was Brian Knight and Bill Miller. Those are all names that I know. Those are all names that have been umpiring for an awfully long time and know better. Like, the umpires got together in New York to decide whether or not Yimi Garcia should have been thrown out. They got together. It wasn't an immediate thumb like, yeah, you're out of here. They got together in a 3-3 game. There was no tone. There was no feel to what happened. We have got to let players play this game, and the umpire should be there to assist in what is unfolding, not to be part of the story. And in both those games, they were too much of the story.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were talking about there. I know there was the homer hit and then first ball in Donaldson's back, but yeah, it didn't seem like an ideal time to hit somebody. So I would like to know, we have the umpires mic'd up now, like, get together, then tell us what you decided. Did they do that? I didn't see that.
No, because they only do that when there's a review.
Yeah, but they should be out there explaining themselves. If you toss a pitcher in a tie game with no warnings, you probably have to explain yourself, especially if after you meet together.
Well, you're right, because in other sports, like if there's an NBA, if there's a flagrant one or whatever, if they go back and they review it and they get on the headsets and all that, so-and-so has been ejected, right? Draymond Green has been ejected because of this.
Yeah.
You know, Desmond Bain has been, or Brooks has been ejected because of this. You know, that's what we're talking about. And we see it in the NFL too, on the rarity that guys are ejected. They'll tell us. We might not like it. We might not like what we hear as fans, but yeah, there's a little bit. But once again, it just feels like there's so much secretive stuff in our sport that we're such a shitty sport at communicating, and it pisses me off.
I'm going to actually find out what happened, because apparently JD and my good buddy Tyler Heineman, the catcher of the Blue Jays, had some words. JD just roasted him after the game. So, like, chill out a little bit, JD, because he's my friend. You're my hitting coach. He's my friend. He said, didn't even know that was his name. Never heard of him. That's the worst thing you can say to somebody. That's messed up, man. So I'm going to text Tyler today, find out what the hell happened, and then we'll report back on it today when you and I are together.
I like that.
I think we're going to go live from my car. That's what I was feeling.
No, we're not doing it from I want your eyes focused on the 5 freeway.
I have a self-driving car, bro.
We're not doing. Absolutely. We are not doing that.
We are.
No, we're not. No.
Okay.
You have a self-driving car?
Let's move on, bro. Come on.
No, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, I do. It's called Super Cruise. Let's move on. Come on, man.
Mike Clevinger had his first home start since 2020 and wore pigtails. Yay or nay?
I mean, it's Clevinger, so yay, because he does whatever he wants. I think that's kind of his thing. He probably kind of wants people to talk about it a little bit, but I didn't have a problem with the look. And in fact, you know, when you have long hair like that, sometimes it feels good to get it all tightened up. My daughter, I wish she'd put her hair in braids more often. I'm always trying to comb her hair and she never wants to. So I kind of respect the braids. He just wanted the hair out of the way last night. Didn't really work out for him. Not a great start, but like I said, Clev, that's just kind of his thing, man. Do what you got to do. Yeah, no,
I was fine with it. You know, he's an interesting looking dude regardless. So you know, the pigtails just kind of added to the whole thing, I would say. Do you get to do pigtails on Isla or no?
Every once in a while she'll let me do like a low pony only. She doesn't want a high pony, only wants the low pony. I don't know how to braid hair yet. So
You better
I
get on
always
this.
ask,
She's already
well,
4.
I try to do it and she just wants her mom. The only thing she lets me do is blow dry her hair.
No, you got to sit there with Olivia so that you can earn A++ standings on this. I wish I had the opportunity. The only hair I'm braiding is the one that's on my back. So
God, you're disgusting.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. All right, what do you have coming up on John Boy?
What's today? Wednesday? Okay. Yesterday, Jake and I recorded an episode of Talking Baseball. We just kind of went over a few important topics. We talked about, offense being down in the league. We talked about some of the bigger free agent contracts, how these guys are doing. We called it the buyer's remorse segment. So it was good, man. A nice episode. It was just Jake and I, so a little bit different. Jimmy had somewhere to be. So I got that coming out, and then me and you, baby, going to the game today.
That'll be fun. Hopefully we'll have a chance to run into some Angels and Rays and report back to everybody and sit in some seats and watch Shohei do his thing out on the mound. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. Adam Wainwright episode still out. I've heard a lot of positivity from it. Once again, really one of the best storytellers in baseball. And when you've been in the show for 17 years, you have plenty of stories to tell. So go out.
He's going to be in the booth.
He will be in the booth if he wants to. Now, he's got 5 kids. He's got 4 daughters and a son. So to me, that's the only thing is how much time do you want to dedicate to that? If it's once a week, I could see it as a baseball player. If it's more than that, he's out. That's my guess.
What are they paying these guys for baseball? We know what they're paying the guys for football.
Not that,
huh?
Change. No, the network's paying pretty well. Guys like A-Rod and Ortiz and those guys. Yeah. They got to keep them around. They got to keep them happy. I don't know exactly what I'll have to do. I'll do a little digging on my end as we're riding in the self-driving car. Freaks me out. You better do you at least keep your hands on the wheel?
No. What's the point of a self-driving car if you have to put the hands on the wheel?
Well, what happens if you have to swerve? Because, if a car comes.
Chris, we'll discuss it when the time is right.
I'm very nervous about this. I'm very, very nervous.
I've
already got an iffy stomach today. You really want to put me through the paces, don't you? Christ.
Better have such a wuss. Let's go, man. Big day today for us.
Listen, we want to shout out to our producer extraordinaire, the one and only Dan Rourke, who didn't even wear his 99 jersey to work. I was a little disappointed. For Trevor Plouffe, I am Chris Rose. We will see you Thursday on Baseball Today.